I visit churches in our conference, and one of the churches in the far corner of the conference was located in a city that was in decay, and the church itself was declining and in decay. They were down to about 10 members, and the association decided that, well, maybe it was time to pull the plug, to help this congregation sort of die with dignity, a sort of a hospice care for this church. And they sent a guy that they thought would help them, just gracefully close the doors on their ministry and celebrate that. Well, this pastor that the association sent didn't get it. He didn't get the memo. Didn't really understand what his job was. He thought he was there to bring vitality to this church. So he got the 10 members of them together, and they decided they couldn't do a lot, but they could do a little bit. They could be hospitable to one another and to the surrounding community. So they began to practice a radical form of hospitality, looking for people who'd been abused by the church, abandoned by the church, who wouldn't normally be in church, who were, folks that didn't know Jesus. And they went out and they told the people about Jesus. They brought the people in. I went down there for their 175th anniversary celebration, and their sanctuary was just packed. It was full of the oddest assortment of people you could ever imagine. The mayor was there dressed in his three-piece suit. The mayor happened to be Jewish, but he was there anyway. He sat down right next to obviously a street person. And the street person slept through the service because he was obviously there for the food afterwards. But they were all together, and everybody was happy to be there. They all made themselves welcome. During the worship service, there was a woman who accompanied the service on violin, accompanied the hymns. She was very good. She played in the local symphony. She was about 80 years old at the time, but like I say, she was good. You could hear her over the hymns, and it provided some background. At one point in the middle of one of the hymns, she suddenly stopped playing, and she leaned over to explain to the pastor what had happened. And of course, the lady was hard of hearing, so she didn't know how her voice might carry as she spoke either. So she spoke up and she said to him, "I think I broke my G string." And the congregation just broke into laughter. I don't know why. I don't know what they were laughing about, but they were so happy to be together. Clearly in this place, lives were being transformed. People had come not just to the church, but they had accepted the invitation of Jesus to be together. And I share this story with congregations around the Ohio Conference. And it lifts their spirits because they realize, if that church could find a focus in radical hospitality, they can find a focus in mission as well.